Hey there, welcome to another episode of Nerds with Badges. I'm using my other computer. Hopefully, the video will be up to quality. It's about 9:36 over here in LA. I'm going to start my shift in a few minutes, but I thought I would take the time to maybe do a video. I was going to play a video game like I normally do when I get here, but I got here a little later than usual. I took the bus tonight. Been trying to break myself out of taking Uber and Lyft every night. And every day I've been taking Uber and Lyft to and from work a lot since 2020. Really, I mean, I think for a while the buses were free. I don't think the trains were free. I don't really remember if they were or not. But my job gives me bus passes. But yeah, I was taking the bus for a while because it was free. But when the pandemic happened, the problem with that was you had all these like characters on the buses and people riding for free. I mean, I'd get on the bus in the morning and there would just be homeless people sleeping everywhere, luggage, and just you know, be smelling really bad. It was just a mess, and you'd have people getting into fights sometimes, people smoking on the buses, and it's all kinds of mess. So I noticed there's some people that I used to take the bus, some other security guards actually that I would take the bus and trains to and from work actually started taking Uber and Lyft more frequently. And some people ended up buying scooters, but I don't see any of those guys anymore on public transportation. So I don't know if they just eventually got cars or they're still doing Uber. Or, but some people got scooters. But it just got to be too much of an adventure taking public transportation. The last time I took the train, I think it was well I used to maybe a couple of times out of the year I will ride the train from downtown LA to over to Long Beach. And so you go downtown and then you transfer to the Long Beach train at the seventh and Metro station. And so it's a nice little 35, 45 minute ride. You know, it's usually quiet, peaceful, nice scenery. Put my headphones on, listen to some nice jazz, and just kind of veg out. Maybe read some books on my Kindle. Man, these people got into a fight. Some brother punched the older brother, knocked him out. I mean, blood splattered everywhere. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't ride the train no more and do this thing. We're just losing. We're just losing things, man, because people are doing dumb things. And then what happens is now the I guess it got so bad, people getting assaulted on the trains and buses. Now we have the police have actually had to step up their presence, and it's just so crazy because we're becoming. I really feel like, as a whole, like the United States is just changing. It's just changing. I saw some interesting videos on YouTube where people were talking about since 2020 how a lot of things have changed. But people, I don't know, man, what is going on with people? I think sometimes I feel like the human race is just some people are just devolving. I don't know. Maybe it's because of technology, something in the water, something spiritually going on. I mean, it could be a combination of all those things. It's just so crazy. I mean, it's really nuts out there. Um, so yeah, I just got pretty much hooked on taking Uber and Lyft. I don't drive, so I take the bus. I leave my house. It might take me about 45 minutes to get to where I'm going, depending on the frequency. Because I have to transfer, I have to take two buses. So if I catch the one bus, and it's just like that, and then I'll just catch the other bus. Then I could conceivably be to work in less than 40 minutes, somewhere around there. It just depends on how long we have to wait. And if I miss the bus, because like tonight, I I left the house later than normal, a video game, of course, and I ended up, I think I think the bus came at about 8:20. So by the time I got to work and transferring, it was like I think it was right. at 9 o'clock, maybe a couple of minutes after. So I had just enough time to go grab my coffee, make my coffee and find out what my patrol situation is going to be for the night. And then I get in here, and it was already almost like 9:30. And by the time I set my computer up, man, I tell you, somebody said time is flying by, and it really feels like it is. So they changed the Wi-Fi signal here. They changed the Wi-Fi login information in the first of the month. So that's something else I had to deal with. I had to get the Wi-Fi password from dispatch office. So I would probably be playing a video game by now, but I don't really have time to like really do anything because I brought my Steam Deck to work with me, that I need to finish updating some stuff, and I'm so happy. I got to get used to having internet now that's actually quality. I finally had to get my internet service upgraded. Long story short, they raised the price on my bill, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I called customer service, and they saw how old the modem was that I had. I haven't changed my internet, my modem in like 10 years. It's been it's been about 10 years. So they bumped my speed up, but like I think it was the night after they bumped my internet speed up. I think my internet just went out that night because they said there's gonna be some weird stuff going on. I don't know what the hell happened, but I had like no internet for like a day. Um, so what happened was I was waiting for them to bring a modem to deliver the modem, and somehow FedEx came. I guess I think I went to the grocery store, so they came, and instead of trying to call me or anything, they just left. They left a note. So thankfully, they left it at the Walgreens down the street. So I rushed out. Like I had like 15 minutes. It was like 15 minutes to 10 when I got there. Barely, I think it was around. It wasn't 10, but I think it was pretty close. I was cutting it really close. I was thinking that they would close at 10 o'clock, but they actually, I think they stay open. He said 24 hours. So when I got there, um, they had to go and get my package for me. And the guy that brought me my package was telling me that they actually closed the FedEx part of the store at 10:30. So I still had time. But if I got there after 10:30, I would have had to um, come back the next day because they wasn't going to been able to help me. So I got home, hooked the internet, my modem up. It's real cumbersome because my connection is behind this raggedy shelf that I need to throw out, but it's really hard to get behind it. But my man, my internet speed is so fast now. It would normally take me like to upload a 1 hour long video onto YouTube. It would literally take all day. Now it's done in like maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe. So I'm just like amazed. So then the customer service person that I spoke to uh, when I called about my internet being off, when that happened, they were like, "Why don't you just upgrade to, I guess it's Internet Air or something, which is supposed to be like really super fast, and it'd be like the same price that I'm paying because they actually dropped the price down. My internet price, my internet bill went down. So this is going to be the it's going to replace the current broadband internet that I have, which is fast. So I've had this new internet now. I've had this like for a few days, and I guess they're going to deliver the other thing to me, and then I'll replace that. And I guess I have to decide if I like it or not. Then they'll bill me. So it's like okay, so I'm coming up, so I'll be able to do more of my videos, uploading and downloading stuff at home. It won't be as just bothersome as it has been. So anyway, that's enough about what's going on with my little adventures. I guess this has really been the last few months of video game video game world has just seen a lot of like really, bizarre things going on. I mean, from the Concord game coming out and then getting canceled like 2 weeks later. I don't even think it was 2 weeks. They did give me my money back. So I was actually enjoying the game. I don't know, man. I tell you, it's the internet. Something has really happened to the gaming world, and I'm talking. I mean, I'm really just talking about like the people that play the video games. I mean, I know the word toxic has been thrown around, and it's been probably like cliche, but I am so. Why the hell? So you mean to tell me if I put out a video game that has a black person in it or a woman is like the man, it automatically is considered woke. And woke is a word that black people used to use a long time ago. We don't even really use that word anymore. It's just like it's another one of those strange situations where something that was popular in our culture was just taken and it's been changed around and become mainstream and is being used in a way that wasn't how we were using it. Because people would always say, stay woke, bro, stay woke, man, stay woke, my brother. Now it's like woke is if anything that doesn't star a white male character, a white straight male character, if that's not the main character, if the focus is it's automatically just considered woke. They ain't even seen the video game or played it or seen the movie. They're gonna review bomb it. These people are just crazy. And I mean, I guess it's such a big demographic and they raise so much hell. And I don't know, it's become almost like a bullying situation because I really feel that Concord was just bullied into submission. It wasn't a bad game. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like great. It was to me it was like playing Overwatch. I mean, the character designs were, definitely could have used some improvement. I mean, I was looking at the uniforms, the outfits. Um, I had fun playing it, and now I see something about the Ghost of Tsushima. Gosh, I'm not even saying it right. The the new Ghost PlayStation game that's coming out. I guess it stars a woman character, and people are saying that that's woke. And I don't know. Ubisoft came out with a Star Wars game, and I'm just really surprised that people really. I didn't see anyone really say anything about that being woke, but the Assassin's Creed game that features the black guy who allegedly was a samurai. Does it really matter? It's a video game. You play it, you have fun, you run around, you kill people, you blow up stuff, and then you fight bosses or whatever. Typical video game. So does it really matter if they took liberties with the historical context? I mean, it happens all the time. And I just really wonder if this had been a white character, would people have made such a big deal out of it? I mean, I know that Ghost in the Shell came out, people complained about that because Scarlett Johansson and what is it? Something I feel like there was something else, another similar situation. But like I watched the movie, and it's like when you watch the movie and then when you get to the end, spoiler alert, you find out that she is still a Japanese person. It's just that she was in a white woman's body, and so at the end that's explained. And when she goes to visit her mother even somehow knows that it's her, even though she's Scarlett Johansson, but she's really, you know. So I don't know. I feel that sometimes people just they just take stuff out of context or just blow it out of proportion. A lot of things that we could be angry about in the video game industry, man. I mean, really things that we should really be fucking, pardon my fucking French, but there's things that we should really be upset about, man. The price gouging, microtransactions, the unfinished games, buggy games. I had to get a refund on Alone in the Dark, and I'd gotten kind of far in that game and was so pissed off because I got to a game breaking bug, couldn't progress, so I had to get my money back. After playing the game for months, I stopped playing for maybe a month or two, and I go back to start playing again, and I get stuck. And now they're trying to get rid of like physical media. Like I don't understand. You people are angry at you know that the character is not is a different race or culture or whatever. But what about all these other things that are like really, really important? I mean, they are literally butt raping everybody. I mean, I am being graphic here, but I mean, all the shit that we let these companies get away with, you know, it don't make no sense. And then really not enough people are complaining about it. And it's alarming. Then you got Nintendo going after, everybody and their cousin for everything. A lot of these things are just upsetting. The fact that we don't have batteries in our phones that we can take out and change anymore. We're forced to upgrade our phones. All of these things, man. Apple products not having a headphones jack in it. These are little things. Slowing down devices, forcing people to have to buy, you know, updated hardware because they won't run the apps. You mean to tell me Pac-Man can't run on my phone? Really? Why doesn't the Chase app, the Bank of America app, stop working? Really? I have to get another phone because these are things. But what's really getting on my damn nerves is this whole trying to phase out physical media stuff. I mean, it sucks because now they're passing a law here in California now. I don't know if it's other places, but I know now stores have to literally have to tell you that you're not buying this game. When you buy this game, you're leasing this. You're getting a license. You don't own anything anymore. You could have stuff actually disappear from your library. It's been happening for years with movies and music, and now I think more people are starting to notice it. I don't know, maybe the younger generation is just really wasn't caring as much before because it wasn't something, maybe it was something that was normal for them. I mean, I'm used to buying something and it's just belonging to me like forever, like permanently. And like I go back 3 months later and there's a message, we don't have the license anymore, but we had to change the music, you know. And I think it was last year when people lost a bunch of stuff from Discovery on PlayStation movies and I guess with TV shows. But I've lost stuff. I've lost stuff. My Xbox, my first Xbox 360 had to get repaired. And when they sent me a replacement Xbox, I couldn't access uh, stuff that I bought. Pacific Rim, excuse me, I loved the movie. I came home, bought the game immediately. So years later, I go back to play the game again, and the game is like, I don't. It's not on my hard drive, so I go to try to download it again, and it's not even available to re-download. Now, thankfully, I had another Xbox that I have two Xbox 360, so the other Xbox that I had still had the game on the hard drive, but if not, that game would have just been gone. So these are like they need to start passing laws, man, because these companies have been getting away with a lot of shit. I mean, they just have. And these are things that people should really be getting upset about. The fact that I can buy a game and literally it can just be taken away. Take some time to read those little disclaimers that they put at the beginning of the game. You gotta agree or decline. Sometimes it's pages long, and I don't think most people will sit there and want to read it. But you take a little bit of time and read that stuff, man, you might would be alarmed at some of the stuff that it says because you literally are signing away your rights. So I'm really making an effort to get more into buying physical media. And PC, when you buy computers now, they don't even have, a lot of them don't even have, I mean, laptops with CD, DVD drives are like rare. I mean, and I know that some stores are trying to get rid of the video and DVD sections. Man, so this shit's getting real out here. You got to really start speaking up about some of these things that we let companies get away with, man, because you have rights, and I think politicians are starting to get involved in that. I think because of what happened with Microsoft and Sony, with the whole acquisition with Activision, I think politicians took notice of some things that maybe Sony might be doing behind the scenes. Maybe paying companies to not put games on other platforms, stuff like that. So, but um, it's gonna be interesting uh, to see how things unfold, over time. But I definitely think that consumers need to start uh, being more vocal, and about the things that really matter instead of just focusing over some BS. You can change characters, you can make your own characters in a lot of games. I mean, the game is fun. I don't know. It's just I just think that we just need to focus our priorities because I don't like the fact that I bought Overwatch when it first came out, and when Overwatch 2 came out, it was just Overwatch 1 was just gone. So I have a disc of Overwatch that I bought for like $50, however much it was when it came out. 50, I don't know if it was 39 or $50, and the disc is nothing now. It's just it's like a what do you call it? A coaster, for you put your cup on it, or it serves no other purpose. So that's alarming. Uh, so you got to make these games. If it doesn't have, maybe like there could be like some price differences, because I know some Call of Duty they'll have like the campaign and then they have the multiplayer stuff. It's usually two files. Maybe they need to start doing a lot of games like that. They'll have, if it's like one player offline play, and that's another thing. My internet was down. I was trying to play games on my Xbox Series S, and it would not let me play anything offline because it said this was in my home Xbox. So I need to go online to turn that to my home Xbox. And I can't if I can't go online, I can't do that, which is crazy. So I couldn't play any games on my Series S. And I was trying to play and it was one player offline games. It was oh my god, the one what was it I was trying to play? Um the Dark Pictures, I think the series, the Devil in Me, and something else, but it wouldn't let me play anything, nothing. So why do I need to have an internet connection? Supposedly these are things that combat piracy and give the companies, more control, over, maybe if you're playing a game, they're streaming assets to make the game look and play better. But I mean, come on now, really? Remember back in the old days when you just bought a game and you put it in the system, you press start and it just worked? I mean, can we go back to that? I don't know, man. The digital age is it's a double-edged sword. There's pluses and minuses. Definitely some advantages to being able to bring my entire library. I can put all my music on my phone, on my little micro SD card, and take. Whereas before you had to bring a bunch of CDs on the, on a big, on the train with you or on the plane, in a big carrying case. Now you don't, but it's just we really don't have ownership now of a lot of this stuff, man. We're losing our rights. We're gradually having our rights taken away from us, and this is something that I think that is important. And you think people pirate so much because people, because companies do some of these things, and the games disappear. Sometimes they do, and it's like no way to access it unless you pay like $5,000. You find the game on eBay. It's just ridiculous. It really is. There's a lot of games out there that are just gone. They're just like in limbo. Unless somebody dumped the files online somewhere, you can use an emulator and play it. And then there's stuff that happens where they can go in and change the music in games and take out. Those are things that people probably don't think much about. Like they went and took the music from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that Michael Jackson had did, and they replaced it with something else, some whack music. But I think that they're gonna have to make some new laws because the companies have to be held accountable. Can't just do whatever they want, and we as consumers just shouldn't just take it. And I think people take it. I don't know what's up with that, and then they get upset about other things that are really not a big deal. 'Cause I'm worried that this new Assassin's Creed game might get shut down. I mean, probably won't happen because saying that they're working on the game to make sure that it's better quality and stuff. But I don't know. I just hope they don't make any changes. It's like I mean, yeah, it was he's a real character, and whether or not he was a samurai, it's a video game, it's fiction. You know, I think that people sometimes will just jump on something, and certain people will just their motives are definitely not. It's not coming from a good place. Um, and I don't know, man. this kind of backlash is just really like it's I don't know people that all that energy is just like you should be just be worried about this over here, which is more important because you're losing literally losing rights. And if nobody speaks up, then companies are just going to continue doing things, and then it's just going to be like okay, because now there's something I had to agree to something with. I know Valve is doing something now with lawsuits or something. There's some kind of this something that people had to agree to recently on Steam. And it's another thing with Steam. Sometimes I can't access my games when I don't have an internet connection. So yeah, so you can see why on physical media is becoming more to me. It's becoming more attractive. I mean, I still have my old systems anyway. That's a whole nother conversation. I still have old systems and games from when I was a youngin', and I'm glad because some of those games have not been re-released or remastered. What's up with all the remasters recently too? I guess that's another conversation. I got to get ready to go to work, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about those things because those things are just kind of like just things that I've been thinking about a lot, and so that will conclude this episode of Nerds with Badges, and I'll be back with another episode. I don't know, maybe sometime this week. I have a new schedule now, so I'm still adjusting. So bear with me.